I had put a little note in the community tab that I'm taking a little break from YouTube, and I thought, that's kind of rude. It's kind of like breaking up by text. So I thought I would just hop on really quick here. And I know that it caused some worry for some people, um, and there's nothing to be worried about. So as you know, I've been struggling with some grief, with some depression. I've been Come here, Frank. Come here, buddy. He thinks I left him. He keeps going in the laundry room and crying. I didn't leave him. Anyway, struggling with some grief, which brings on some depression. So I've been working with a counselor, and that has been super helpful. And one of you commented and noticed the last video I posted. Hi, whoever just jumped on. I've been really struggling with my lupus, and y'all can see it in my hands. I can't hide it. I guess I could put makeup on it, but I'm not going to do that. And it's just been kind of a struggle to push myself. I never thought YouTube was hard when I was just, hi, Robin, when I was just a watcher, and I'd be like, man, they didn't have a video today. Well, they're slacking off. And let me tell you all, I don't mean to complain about it because I do this because I enjoy it, but it's a lot of work, y'all. What you might see in 30 minutes might take me 6 hours to film, especially if it's cooking and you got to wait for the bread to rise and the bread to cook. And, you got to stay. And this is no makeup Saturday, by the way, just so y'all know. I just couldn't do it this morning. So I've been looking at maybe ways I can lower my stress level for a little bit to see if I can't get my lupus under control. Because what happens when you have systemic lupus and it affects your joints is every big flare has the potential to cause more joint damage. And I've noticed I'm having them more frequently and they're a bit more severe. And so I kind of overdid it. And that's what I think caused a flare because, it's garden season. Well, we still have frost forecast for next week. So I need to take a chill pill and not worry so much. Gosh, lots of us on here. There's 8. And I'll get to the garden when I get to the garden. Am I quitting YouTube? No. Am I going to take an extended break? I am. What does that look like? I don't know. I just need to get my health under better control. I also have several dental procedures coming up. Oh, Lord, pray for my teeth. I have to get an implant on what would be my back tooth. And I've had a lot of bone loss, which means I'm going to have a bone graft, blah, 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 blah. And that's just that's a 6-month ordeal. Now, I'm not going to take 6 months off, but I just know there's going to be a lot of pressure on me to get healed, to go to these appointments, and I have other things they're doing. I just have bad teeth, y'all. I know they don't look bad, but that's because I keep paying for fix this one, fix that one. So I apologize in advance if I caused anybody any worry. I don't have a new deadly disease. It's nothing like that. I'm just going to have to tell you I'm completely overwhelmed. I shared that my son was buying his first house. He's closed on it, so I will be out of town helping him some too. And I know that's going to put kind of a wrench in my schedule. So if I feel like doing a video, I might have one once a week. I may take a month off. I haven't totally decided. I just think it's come to the point where I need to quit pushing myself so hard because I'm getting these flare-ups every time I push myself. And they're very painful. Don't mean to complain, but that's the way it is. They're extremely painful and it's depressing. So that doesn't help everything either when you're already a little down in the dumps and adjusting to a new lifestyle. So even though my mom has been gone now for 9 months, there was a lot of things to be done after her passing that kept me busy. And really, I think as long as I had something to do, I didn't grieve so hard. And so I kind of pushed it down. And now, of course, it's rearing its ugly head. So even though it's been nearly a year, I think I'm feeling some of what you might call the early stages of grief, kind of longing for things when I was a kid, the simpler time. Good morning, Judy. And you know, it can be a struggle. I'm not perfect. I still have a lot of work to do on myself. I'm continuing to, you know, go to counseling and to work through some things. You know, I think I thought, y'all, here's something really profound. I think I thought by, wait, let me start over. I really had a hard time when my dad passed because my dad wanted to live so bad and he died of prostate cancer. And I grieved for months and months and months. I mean, it was just really hard. You know, my whole world went kind of sideways. My dad was always my rock. So I thought, I'm going to do everything for my mom, everything. And then maybe when she passes, I won't have the grief. Well, guys, that's not the way it works. I have no regrets about what I did to help my mom. If I had to go back, I would do the same thing over again. What I wouldn't do is expect that I wouldn't feel feelings of grief, loneliness. You know, it's a weird feeling when both your parents are going, guys, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get over here and cry. I've done a lot of crying. So, good morning. And I forget your name, 50 plus Journey of a Ring, but I know you comment all the time and I appreciate it. So, I'm fine. Please don't ever worry that I'm going to hurt myself. It's not that kind of depression. It's more of a sadness, I think, than what I would call a true depression. And as hard as it was for me to reach out and say, I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but I think I need some help with it. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made. But by doing that, I'm sort of Vicky. I have a cousin Vicky. I had an aunt Vicky. I just need to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to help myself and not just continuously crash and burn with my health, so that in this phase of my life, which, you know, I worked for my whole life, I worked 42 years, I can do the things that I enjoy and not be crippled up with a lupus flare on the couch, because I've spent a lot of time that way. So I hope that makes sense to you. Again, I apologize if I upset. Oh, Carol, thank you for your blessings. I apologize if I upset anybody or made you think, oh no, she's dying, because I'm not dying. I'm just sad, sad and old. And you know, that's another thing. I'm starting to realize, and I'm only 63, I mean, I'll say only, I'm not 20 anymore. And this old gray mare ain't what she used to be, right? I cannot push as hard as I do, because when I do, my back hurts, and then I end up having a lupus flare. This month marks 5 years since my last back surgery. Aw, Tessie, bless your heart, thank you. I know you've been through it too. Well, shoot, take it, guys. All right, dry it up, Kim. No, it marks 5 years since my last back surgery. And any type of fusion, and I had a lot of bone grafting, it's going to deteriorate over time. So I'm having to be a little bit more careful with my back. If I sneeze wrong, I can set off like a whole back flare type thing. So that doesn't preclude me from doing YouTube. I just think I need a little bit of time and kind of get my head straight. Like I said, I may pop on here and there with the video, might do a garden tour when that day comes. We are still forecast to have frosts through the end of next week. So it'll probably be the week after before I can put much in the ground. I do have cabbage, broccoli, lettuce, and radishes in, but I can't put my seedlings out yet because they'll get bit and they won't do well. So, anybody have any questions? Excuse my crying. My daddy, God rest his soul, used to say that us girls, because it was mom, me, and my sister, us girls' eyes were hooked to our bladder because we all cried so much. But anyway, all right, well, seeing no comments, thank you all for your sweet comments, your well wishes. Please don't worry, I will be back. I just, like, I felt like I was breaking up with you by text. Yes, Tessie, that's so true. The best thing that we can do as women is to take breaks. And here's another thing I realized, y'all. I'm going to continue to talk, aren't I? I am. You know, I started thinking about my parent, my mother primarily, my grandma. At my age, they weren't doing the things that I do. And one of the things in my life, and it's by my choice, that is so different, is I've been single for 28 years. So if anything breaks or needs to be purchased or needs fixed or whatsoever, you're looking at it, and I can hire some things done, but the older I get, it seems like it's getting a little bit harder. But anyway, I can still do it. I just can't do it at the pace I used to. One major regret of the death of my parents, I should have never had a YouTube channel. I should allow myself to rest over that time. Yes, Tessa, you're a very driven, very smart woman. I'm also very type A, very driven, and have assigned a lot of my self-worth, which isn't right, about what I accomplished. I could say, I did this, see, I did this. And I don't allow myself to rest. And I think saying, I'm enough, I don't have to prove anything to anybody, and I've never really tried to prove anything to y'all. I can only be me. Robin, you're lucky to be single. You know what? I don't want a boyfriend, y'all. What I want is a handyman and somebody to have dinner with occasionally, but that's all. Go home. And I'm not anti-man or anti-marriage. It's just I've been there and done that, and it didn't work out so well for me. So, oh, good morning, Mary. I'm glad you caught me live, too. So I lost my train of thought. Oh, slower pace. I'm really trying to learn not to assign my self-worth to what I physically accomplish, and also the negative self-talk of saying I'm lazy because I can't do what I used to do. Those things, that's a work in progress, and that's one of the things that counseling really helps me with. And guys, I can't recommend, I'm not affiliated, but BetterHelp, because you can do it on your phone. You don't have to go anywhere. And it's like a Zoom call. That has really been helpful for me because I can fit it into my schedule. It doesn't really matter what I look like when I get on. Kind of like today, just saying. But you think you know what's bothering you, and then you find out it's something completely different. Like I had no real idea that I expected not to grieve because I did everything that my mom needed at the time. That is about stupid. And I can see that now, but I couldn't see it then. So sometimes when you're in the valley and you're in the midst, good morning, Joanne. It really helps to have somebody with another view that can look at it. I've been able to talk a lot with my sister. She's had, and I don't mean to out her in any way, but we were raised the same, and we've had some of the same difficulties dealing with the loss of our parents. And it's nice to have somebody who I can be a sounding board for me, and I know that she was there too, and she knows there were good times and bad times, and you don't want to remember the bad times. The grief process is so interesting. Oh, a photo dropped out of the Bible. Wow. One of the things I've been waiting on, y'all, is the year of firsts. I know I had it with my dad, the first holiday, the first Christmas. Oh, and you just cried all day, Tessie, I'm sorry. So I've got until June 29th to get it together, right? But I do think Mother's Day is going to be a little bit difficult. I will be around that time. I don't want to out myself either. I will be going to my son's to help him with his new house, and the Bank of Mom's going to give him his housewarming gift, which is helping him purchase carpet for his upstairs. So, that'll be good and something to look forward to. And, June 29th is going to be a hard day. But then I can say the year first is done. Good grief, guys. I am so sorry. See, when my dad said my eyes were hooked to my bladder? Well, it's a good thing I didn't put on makeup because it would have been long gone, right? So I will be doing some things going forward. I have lots of gardening content that I want to do. I also have a new device called a Flick Flock, which is an oat roller. Oh, thank you, Katie. Good morning, Cindy. Cindy, I am so embarrassed. I got to tell you this. I keep forgetting I have a P.O. box. Thank you for the Valentine. I got it yesterday or the day before. That was very sweet, and I appreciate it. So anyway, I hope that kind of gives you an idea where this crybaby's coming from. And I'm so tired of being cooped up in the winter, and I know y'all understand that too. But yet I'm overwhelmed by the work outside, which makes no sense at all. First I want it to be summer, then I want it to be winter again. So I am really trying. But today's going to be a better day. And I had a counseling appointment this morning that helped me so much. And I think I can move forward. I just need to take it a little bit easy. This old lady. Yeah. And I've noticed too, y'all, I might look a little different when I come back. I've been coloring my hair since I was 30. I'm just telling all the secrets, right? My hair didn't come in gray. It came in like silver, or it's not really white. It's more silver, right? So I have color resistant gray. And what I'm noticing is even when I color my hair, it's still, if you've ever noticed, I've got a big white streak that goes back to my ponytail. It just won't take the color. So I might be a little silver-headed old lady when I come back. Thank you, Katie, for your prayers. I covet your prayers. Thank you. You know, this is just a season of life. None of us are going to get out of here alive, right? If the Lord doesn't come back, and that's my belief system. So, you know, grief is just part of living in this world, and you'll have good days and bad days. So that's kind of where I am anyway. I don't want to start crying again. So I'm going to go do my laundry. Day behind. And then I realized nobody, like the laundry police aren't going to come and say you didn't do your laundry on Friday like you always do. So that'll give you a little insight to this mind. You know, I'm very type A, very list making, very regimented. And I didn't have time or room. Aw, thank you, Vicky. That's so sweet. I don't feel very beautiful this morning, but I felt like I didn't have time for grief, and I wasn't going to let myself do that. And rub a little dirt in it and walk it off has always been my philosophy. You're pro-gray, Joanne. I wish I'd never started, but at 30, that's pretty young. And it's like, this is totally white. This is about half white. This is, as you've noticed, my hair underneath is darker. That has none in it. So I'm going to look a bit like an alley cat. Letting it grow out, and my hair's very long. So, and curly. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I may have to break down and go to a beauty salon. Have not been to a beauty salon in about 30 years. I cut and color my own hair, so yeah. I do get my lashes done, though, even though I cry them off sometimes. Okay, guys, I've kept you far too long. Let's see. Thanks for being so honest. I love my gray. It don't take long to let it grow. Yeah, see, I just need to let it go and not care about it. Like maybe get into hats or something. I don't know. That's why I often wear a headband, y'all, because through here is where it's really noticeable once it starts to grow out. So I don't need to be that vain, you know. Okay, guys, I hope to see you very soon. See, I already miss you. But I did want to explain and let you know that I'm fine. I feel like this is going to be the best for me. And I have some things I need to do as far as, I still have things in my mom's to go through that I haven't been able to do. So I need to get, I need to get down that road and be able to handle things a little better. Lost my husband of 30 years, 2.5 years ago at 50. And yes, Ashley, if I didn't have faith, I don't know where I'd be. I might be 6 feet under. I would never hurt myself. Y'all don't think that. But I don't know how people get through without faith. I really don't. So anyway, now that I've cried through this whole thing, I am so sorry, y'all. You think, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I cried enough. I'm sure that's not a very hygienic way to wipe your eyes, but I don't have any Kleenex handy. So I will see you all very soon. I will keep up with you if you want to. Y'all, I never want to pressure anybody. I know I'm going to fall off the algorithm. That's okay. If you want to go back and watch some older videos, please do that. If you don't, no worries. You went gray after your husband passed, and it's very freeing. I would love to not have to color my hair every 3 weeks, because that's how often I have to do it, because it doesn't stick to the white hair. So Anyway, oh, thank you, Robin, for going back and watching. I do appreciate that. I was going to say one more thing, and it just went out of my head. Oh, well, probably wasn't important. So I will keep up with you all. Oh, I know what I was going to say. See, I knew it would come back around. One of the deciding factors, and guys, I don't like to talk about money, and I don't do YouTube for the money, because if I did, I'd have quit a long, long time ago. Thank you, Ashley. YouTube has its ebbs and flows. Like holiday time is like prime earning time, and then it drops off sharply in January. I only make about $50 a month. YouTube will not cut you a check until you have $100. So it takes me 2 and sometimes 3 months. And that's okay. But I have to weigh my energy and what I need against $50 a month. So it is, I guess, a little bit of a money thing. Glad I saw you live for a minute. But that's not the sole reason. But it certainly played a role in evaluating things. I have not told anybody, your YouTube, wow, Tessie, I know. Like back at the holidays, and again, I believe me, I'm a little YouTuber. I had a couple months where I made like $200, $215 a month. And now I won't get paid again this month. It will take me 3 months to get to $100. I don't count on that for my income because I'm on Social Security now. But it's a nice help, and it's, I guess you would say, you know, it gives you money to purchase things that you're going to show on your channel, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it's not paying my bills, Tessie. I'd be homeless and hungry. You know, Tessie, I think that's a really important point. I watched your video this morning. It was really good with your essential oils. Sometimes when things change, you know, like you're not making the revenue that you used to, you have to step back and say, I'm going to do this because I enjoy it. Maybe I have to change how much I do it because it's not paying me anything, and the income is important. It is a hard decision. While I'm not in a position that I have to have that money to live, it's kind of a blow when you put like a whole bunch of effort into a week's worth of videos and they're like, here's your 23 cents. So I'm trying to laugh about it. All right, guys. Well, my washer's on its spin cycle. I'm sure y'all can hear. And I really didn't mean to keep you that long, but it helps my heart to hear from all of you. And I'll be back. I might be grayer and fatter. I hope I'm not fatter. Y'all, I'm really struggling with this diet thing. I'm doing the diabetes part really good, but I just like food too much. But anyway, all right, guys. I will see you very soon. Y'all be well, be healthy, take care of each other. Yes, I think I should only do it when it's fun for me. So I definitely want to give you guys a garden tour. That will be upcoming, but it probably won't be until first part of May, till everything's in the ground. Okay, guys, I will see you soon. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. I love you all. Uh-oh.